Hello Ken, it's Dave Capratis and welcome back to the course. Of course, I'm always getting used to stating that. Welcome back to the course, thanks to you. Anyhow, today, not to sidetrack too much, I just wanted to go through how I created the initial malware demo last night. So what I did is, obviously while I'm scripting my own, this is just malware. The ransomware will be much more intriguing. I was going through GitHub and I found a lot of people that were unable to compile the actual coding here. So being a developer, I understood this quite well. The strings and some of the declarations were not proper. So what I had done is the following. Basically what you'll see right now is that the target URL, once something is encrypted, it's going to go to that subdomain of my wife, sheila.createhaven.com, and through the internet, obviously, it'll write to the write.php file. I'm in the midst of changing that subdomain to something such as Cyber demo, etc. Just something to make it a little more interesting. Now, what we'll see here is that it's going to go into the Windows directory of users. This is some of the encryption and the bytes I had to change. In fact, the source code was a little bit of a mess, to be honest with you. Anyhow, with that being said, what's going to happen is that on the Windows desktop, there's going to have to be a folder called Cyber, spelled exactly with a capital C and the rest Cyber as it is. Now in that folder, there's going to be a read_it text. And for an example, your files are now encrypted. Please sign up for the Cyber Pro membership, just as an example. So I've set this from debug to release. I'm going to go ahead and rebuild it. That name hidden tier is not going to show. That'll be changed at some point down the road. This is just for a demo. So hidden tier, take a look, see what we have here. Open everything in the Finder under developer. So I'm going to go ahead and drag this down. Again, my desktop is a little bit messy. I'll probably say very messy, but that won't happen in any videos. So let's go ahead and power on the Windows machine. This is running Windows 8. Don't need to worry about this. Close out of this. And of course, what I want to do is change the virtual screen. Let's scale it to about maybe 200%. Great. So we'll log in. Obviously, it uses a Microsoft account. This would not show in the demo. This is just showing you how I did this. So this was the previous test. We're going to go ahead and delete. And also here, we're going to delete. So I'm going to create a new folder. And this folder is going to be called Cyber. And now what I want to do is I want to simply go ahead and I want to upload this new hidden tier file. Since I'm not able to simply drag and drop, although I could see if I could do the drag and drop host to host or even bi-directional. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, so for this sake and purpose, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my domain, which should be here we go. All right. So let's go back to the file master cPanel, and we're just going to simply go ahead and upload. And I'll just drag that file in there. Okay, 100%. Let's just go back, refresh. Now we have the hidden tier that executable. So we'll go back to our Windows environment. And through Internet Explorer, what I'm going to do is, of course, go to that subdomain. And I'm going to download this. Of course, this will be changed. Let's go ahead and save the target as, and we'll just call it hidden tier. Of course, it's going to give you an issue here, just to remind you, but it's not a problem. So let's just close out of this right now. And I'm going to go ahead and create a new text folder, for example, text file rather, and I'm going to call this Cyber. And now I'm going to say items to do 1. Make money with Ken. 2. Repeat number 1. 3. Repeat numbers 1 and 2 times 9. Okay, we get the point here. So let's go ahead and save this. We'll go ahead and close out of this just to reopen it again. Okay, it works. Now, for this to work, it has to be into this folder. Again, this is just for a demo. So I'm going to go ahead and open the hidden tier. Obviously, this would be labeled something different, such as, let's go ahead and do this right now. We'll rename this to, let's just say, computers. Okay, so we'll go ahead and simply click this. Now, of course, Windows is protected. Let's just say we run it anyway. So we'll let this run, and obviously right now, it's going to say, your files are now encrypted. Please sign up for the Cyber Pro membership. Obviously, if somebody were to click on the text file, they can see that there's another extension which is called .locked, and it's not going to open. And then one would actually, if they didn't even know, they would say, hey, let me get rid of that other extension, put it back to text. And now when I reopen this, it's encrypted. It almost looks like Chinese Mandarin, which is pretty interesting. And then I'd go ahead and create the encryptor, and then from there, obviously the password will be sent to me, which we'll go over later. I'm going to go ahead and go back to our hijacking session. I just